In November 2015, we made some changes to Insight for our business partners. This video is particularly for partners who have been with us for some time and you're used to using Insight. And it's to help you understand what's changed and what to expect when you use the new Insight. If you're an existing partner, then you're probably familiar with storing a document, making a referral and so on, and it should all come very easily to you. But if you do want to see more information about those particular things, we've got a user guide, we've got videos, and of course you can contact us. But this video is specifically about what's changed. So I'm logged into Insight as if I'm a partner, and I can see already that there's a cleaner menu, there are fewer items, and the menu is visible as well, so I can go straight to the tasks that I want to perform. And there's quicker access to those key tasks, so there's a big button here, for example, for storing a document. The menu has been split into different sections, and so it's arranged in terms of the tasks that you want to perform. So for example, we now have a section about document storage. Store a document. This is an important change. So previously on the menu you would go to add new client or search existing client or similar things to that, and you would get started with a document storage process like that. Now there's just one link you click, and the link is store a document. And when you click on that link, the process of storing a document has changed. So now it's self-contained, it's step by step, and you can see at the top of the store a document section there's a progress bar, and this takes you through the process for storing a document. The first page is slightly different, so now we have the choice to select an existing client from Insight or add new client details and proceed from there. I won't go through the whole document storage process, there is a separate video, but other things to be aware of that have changed are now after I've added details of a client, I will go straight to step 2. I won't be directed to a different page, which is sort of what happened previously, and you then had to click a button to get back on track. So that's different. It's very simple. You'll go straight to step 2. When I'm on step 3 about other parties, there was an oddity where I would add details of an executive, for example, and then I would have to search for the details of that person in order to add them to the document. That's changed. It's now much simpler. And when you get to that step, you'll see that you just add clients on that page, and without leaving the page, they get added to a table, and then you carry on. Confirm shows you the details you've added and gives you a chance to amend them or to confirm them. And then finally, the cover sheet page will, it's easier to get to than previously, so there's no clicking buttons and working out how to get back on track. You just go straight through to that page, and it gives you a link to the cover sheet to download and to send your document through to KCT as normal. And there's a link to a certainty registration certificate if you've chosen to do that, and so on. So hopefully the store a document process is a lot simpler, and it will feel a bit different to start with, but when you've tried it once, we hope it's quicker and it's an improvement. Now, manage documents, this is slightly different as well. So if you want to do anything with a document that you've stored at KCT, for example, retrieve it or check the details or amend the details of the client or re-download a cover sheet, everything is now under the manage documents section, and that's slightly different. Another point that's worth noting is that with the old Insight, there was no way to filter results according to last name and first name. So let's say you had dozens of people in the system called Smith, you would type in Smith and it would give you an awful lot of results that were difficult to navigate. So now you can type in the last name and the first name, a simple feature. So if I type in Smith and Jane and then filter results, I will only get entries for Jane Smith. Check recent documents is new, and this just gives you quick access to the documents that you've submitted recently. So maybe you want to re-download a cover sheet, maybe you want to check that they've been safely received by KCT, this is where you do it. And also new, because we wanted to keep the menu concise and focus on the key tasks that you want to perform, some things we've moved to separate pages. So here, if I click this more link, I will see that I've got more options under document storage. One of them is export document data, for example. So I can click that and now I have the ability to export the data to a spreadsheet. Also on the menu here, you'll see we've got a separate section for referrals. Previously, these tasks and features were split around the menu and it was a bit difficult to navigate. They're all in one place now. We've also removed a couple of redundant features. For example, there was a page called open case summary and nobody really used it, so we've taken it away and we've streamlined things so it's more useful. we've also added some features. First of all, your on-site inquiries. Now, I won't go into detail, but if you're a gold or silver partner, which is a new thing that we've introduced recently, you will see this page. If you're not a gold or silver partner, you won't see this page. And if you have any questions about this, then please get in touch and ask us about it. But if you don't see it, then right now it doesn't apply to you. Submit a basic referral, previously called submit a referral, but otherwise totally unchanged. So any ordinary referral that you want to make to KCT, exactly as before. Same form, upload files, submit. Check case progress. Slight changes. So previously this was called all cases, but it is still a way for you to access details of the referrals that you've made to King's Court Trust, particularly those that have turned into cases, and you want to see the progress of the estate administration, maybe for your own benefit, maybe to report back to your clients, whatever it might be. So rather than all cases, I'm now clicking on check case progress, and I can filter it again however I want. So let me do that, and I see the results in the table. And I'm clicking view and going through to this page. Now again, we cover this in a separate video, but really if you've been a partner for some time, this should be fairly intuitive to you and fairly familiar. So case manager details, case summary, these are similar, just slightly clearer and in different places. And again, there's a breakdown of the estate and more clarity here that I think maybe was missing before, that if you click one of these links now, you can go through and see more information about one of these stages. So if I click that, I go through and see more information about stage 6, which is an active stage that KCT are dealing with, and I can see which tasks have been completed, which are ongoing, and we've clarified the text here, so there's a bit more information and a bit more clarity around what's happening in the estate. Also on check case progress, there are some new bits. For example, I can now search for referrals, and I could, for example, search for unsuccessful referrals. So rather than cases that have turned into estate administration cases, I can look at pending referrals. You may or may not see this option. This is sold referrals to do with on-site and unsuccessful referrals. So here, for example, we have a list of unsuccessful referrals, and that's new, and so it gives you a flavour for what's worked and what hasn't. And similarly, on that note, we have a new page called Referral Analysis. So again, this is about understanding which of your referrals have worked and become sales and converted and which haven't. And I can see here that, for example, I've got an unsuccessful referral, and the reason it was unsuccessful, which is a new feature, is that it was lost on price. So I know that for this client, the price quoted by KCT wasn't accepted. So it's not a huge amount of information, but we hope that it is a step up from what you have at present. And you also even have information about your conversion rate, the number of referrals made, and the number that turned into sales. So you can see at a glance how well your referrals are doing, and hopefully get a bit of understanding about maybe how you or we can improve moving forward. Back on the menu, fee share account, very similar to what you are familiar with. There's a total figure for all of the commission that you've been paid over time, which is new, but otherwise this table is very similar, and if you want to raise an invoice for fee share that is due, then it will appear here in the table as raise invoice. Click the link, raise the invoice as you do at present. Now, one other thing we've done, we've taken some of the items from the menu, like request marketing literature and downloading clauses, and we've put them in a separate page under the banner support and resources. So that helps to keep the menu concise, and it helps you, we hope, to access those features quickly and easily. So in this page, I can request marketing literature. This is something you might be familiar with. It was part of the old Insight. Download clauses appointing KCT as an executor. Again, that was part of the old Insight, but sometimes difficult to find. Hopefully it's easier to find now. And other items like document storage FAQ, referrals FAQ, and more information just to give you support. But of course, as always, you've got details here, and you can contact us by phone or by email, or you can speak to your regional sales manager if you have any questions about Insight, if you want to provide feedback, and so on, just as before. There's more we've done in terms of clarifying the design, removing some of the text to help focus on the actions, rewording links and pages and buttons to focus on the tasks that you want to perform and add a bit more clarity to the process for you. Kept the menu open at all times so that you can just go straight to whatever you want to do, and various other things in the background. that's an overview of what's changed, and hopefully it's given you a flavour for how to get started and what to expect when you log into the new Insight. And if you want to see more information about any part of Insight, there are other videos, there's a user guide, and of course feel free to get in touch. But hopefully this video has been useful, and we hope you like the changes.